So now there's another type of rights out there, your Miranda rights, which are a set of Miranda rights is a set of instructions that are required to be given to a person taken into custody of suspicion of having committed a crime, a criminal act, before he can be questioned by the police. The purpose of Miranda rights is to ensure individuals are made aware of their rights, not make a statement that incriminates themselves, as well as their right to have an attorney to explore the concept considering the following Miranda rights definition. Definition of Miranda rights: a right to silence warning that must be administered to a suspect before questioning by law enforcement. Origin 1966 U.S. Supreme Court case Miranda versus Arizona 384 U.S. 436 1966. So I got a lot to unpack here because police do not do this. They do not read you your right to remain silent before they arrest you, before they ask you questions. They ask you all kinds of questions and they try to force you to sign paperwork that says you've been Mirandaized when you haven't been Mirandaized. Do not say to police and do not sign documents without your lawyer looking at it, and do don't say anything about having your Miranda rights and not getting Mirandaized, because if they don't Mirandaize you, you can definitely get off in a mistrial and they can bite that bullet, because they shouldn't be able to do that. They should not be able to like manipulate you in this way. It should be illegal. The police should be held to a higher standard. They shouldn't be allowed to have liability from the law to do their job. Your job is to enforce the law. You police should have you should be having held to a higher standard than me, because you are there to enforce the law. Uh, so me as a citizen, I should be able to be slightly ignorant of the law because I don't know nothing. But your job is the law. You have no right, no excuse to be ignorant of the law. And police need to start being held accountable. Like I said, in Oregon, they weren't letting people into a meeting about lockdowns, even though they had a right to be at the meeting. In New York, they were blocking people from opening their business. Like, you do not have a right to do these things. The police do not have a right to do these things, and it needs to be addressed, because if it's not addressed, like I said, the party's going to begin and it's not going to be pretty, because we're on the verge of repeating like the last 3 centuries of war, like around war and disease around the 20ish of the 20s of the century, all at once. We're repeating things from the 1775. We're repeating things from the Civil War, repeating things from 1940s. Right? We are repeating history big time, and it's not going to end well for us. It never ended well for any humans in history, and it's not going to end well for us. It's just not. We can't be pulling all the statues down. We can't be messing with the law like this. We have to hold people accountable. And if your area, your sheriffs, your police, and stuff are not going to hold them accountable, you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to be civil defiant. They don't let you bear arms in your area. Bear arms anyway. If they try to prevent you from bearing arms using violence, defend yourself with violence. Don't initiate violence, but be willing to stand your ground. Be willing to defend yourself. Be willing to stand up for your rights, because if you're not willing to stand up for your rights, you've already lost them. Freedom isn't free. It costs people like you and me. It costs time, blood, sweat, and tears. You have to be willing to open your business. Don't let them close it down if they tell you to open it anyway. Open it up. And if they come in and they force you to close, open it again and again and again and again. That's civil defiance. Utilize your rights. Stick up for them. Be willing to freeze to death at New Valley Forge. Be willing to sacrifice things to get your rights, or you're not going to have them, because all you're doing is giving them up for a little bit of security. And we know from out history that when you give up a little bit of freedom for a little bit of security, you get neither and deserve that. You get neither and you don't deserve either. It's just the way it is. We are humans. We are naturally violent. We are naturally distrustful. We are naturally mistake makers. And it's up to us to make sure that we can keep our rights. Like, it's a republic if you can keep it.